It may sound far-fetched that something as innocent as yogurt could one day help defeat cancer, but nanotechnology thrives on transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Deep within that creamy swirl lies a treasure trove of molecular structures, specifically casein micelles and extracellular vesicles, that are now being reimagined as stealthy, bio-friendly carriers for targeted cancer drug delivery. No, yogurt won't replace chemotherapy, but its molecular machinery might make those therapies smarter, safer, and dramatically more effective. Let's start with casein micelles, the natural nanospheres that give milk and yogurt their smooth texture. These protein-based micelles are biologically designed to transport calcium and phosphate to nursing infants, but scientists have realized they're also excellent at carrying therapeutic payloads. Their hollow, sponge-like interiors can encapsulate hydrophobic anti-cancer drugs, think paclitaxel, doxorubicin, or curcumin, which often struggle to dissolve in blood. Once the drugs are nestled inside the micelle, they're protected from premature degradation by enzymes and pH changes, and they travel through the bloodstream like passengers in a padded, dairy-built Uber. But these micelles don't just coast along aimlessly. With a bit of engineering magic, think surface modifications like pegylation for stealth or ligand attachments for targeting, casein micelles can be programmed to recognize specific receptors on cancer cells. Tumors often overexpress proteins like folate receptors or transferrin receptors. By attaching the right ligand to the micelle surface, scientists can essentially trick the cancer cells into inviting these yogurt-based nanospheres in. Once at the tumor site, changes in pH, enzymes, or even light can trigger drug release, dumping the anti-cancer payload right where it's needed, with minimal collateral damage. Meanwhile, extracellular vesicles, EVs, isolated from fermented yogurt, are making a name for themselves as the Ferraris of intercellular delivery. These vesicles, tiny lipid-bound particles secreted by probiotic bacteria, are naturally designed to shuttle RNA, proteins, and signaling molecules between cells. And like their casein cousins, they can be loaded with drugs and customized for targeting. What makes yogurt-derived EVs especially promising is their biocompatibility. Because they're derived from food-grade organisms, they tend to avoid immune detection and resist degradation by stomach acid and enzymes, making oral administration a tantalizing future possibility. In fact, preclinical research has already begun to explore EVs from dairy microbes such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium as carriers for anti-tumor agents. These vesicles seem to have a knack for accumulating in inflamed or tumorous tissues, thanks to the enhanced permeability and retention (EPR) effect, a phenomenon where leaky tumor blood vessels unintentionally invite nanoparticles in like a misguided open house. Once inside the tumor microenvironment, these vesicles can not only deliver drugs, but also modulate immune activity, downregulate inflammatory cytokines, and even carry tumor-suppressing RNAs to disrupt cancer cell survival. And while all this may sound like something straight out of a biotech fairy tale, it's grounded in a growing body of data. Casein-based drug delivery systems have already shown promise in models of breast, liver, and colon cancer, with reduced systemic toxicity and improved drug accumulation at the tumor site. Yogurt-derived vesicles, though newer to the scene, have been shown to resist degradation in gastrointestinal models and cross cellular barriers that most synthetic nanoparticles struggle with. The dream of taking an anti-cancer drug encapsulated in a yogurt-derived nanosphere and delivering it precisely to a tumor is no longer science fiction. It's quietly becoming a science prototype. That said, challenges remain. Manufacturing consistency, stability during storage, regulatory approval. The FDA isn't likely to rubber stamp probiotic yogurt nanomedicine without some questions, and large-scale clinical validation are all ahead. But the potential is too rich to ignore. These yogurt-based systems offer a low-cost, biodegradable, non-toxic platform that could democratize access to targeted therapies, especially in regions where traditional nanomedicines are prohibitively expensive. So the next time you open a cup of yogurt, realize you're holding more than a snack. You're holding a preview of biotechnology's deliciously unexpected future. One where dairy doesn't just nourish the body, but helps rewire the way we treat one of humanity's most devastating diseases. It's a future where cancer treatment could be delivered with precision, potency, and perhaps a little probiotic charm.